Now after that, see the feature of a cell in the part of cell size. Children, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
I wonder there's a public chat going on. That's why just focus on the class. Okay. Okay. So here if you take the size of the cell will not be same in one organism when compared to other organism. Okay. What does this mean? Let me ask you one question. If you compare an elephant and a mouse, does the elephant have big cells when compared to mouse?
Maybe.
You got my question?
Ma'am, I think all have the same
Ma'am, I
size.
don't think
No,
so.
they don't all have the same cells. I think it's different.
Different means elephant do carry a big size cell and mouse will carry small size cell.
Ma'am.
Ma'am, I don't
Yes,
think
ma'am.
they're as big, but
If
he
they're
has.
made of all the same cells, then wait. It varies by the size of the organism. If the organism is big, then the cells will be big. If the organism is small, the cells will be small. For example, bacteria. Bacteria only has one cell, and the cell is like very small.
Okay. Akshit, you want to say something?
Ma'am, it might be that both have almost the same size of cell. Might differ a little, but an elephant can have more number of cells.
Okay.
I think they have the same cell, but like elephant has more number of cells and a mouse has less number of cells.
Okay. Okay. Any answers? Any answers? See, if you understand the definition properly, you can answer this question very easily. What we said in the definition, cell is the structural and functional unit of life, we said. So whatever the organism you take, even it's a blue whale, which is the largest mammal on the planet Earth, or you take a small bacteria, as one of the students said, okay, whatever be the thing, the cell will be the same. Of course, its size varies, but the cell structure and function will be the same if you take any organism. Okay. Now, just see the picture of this. Can you see the picture, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So here, listen. This is called the smallest organism right now present on our planet. It's called Pleuropneumonia-like organism. In cut short, we call it as in short terms PPLO. PPLO. Pleuropneumonia-like organism. This is the organism which is much smaller than the virus. I mean, viruses are smaller than bacteria even, and this organism is smaller than even viruses. Okay. Now, it is also called as mycoplasma, the other name for PPLO. Okay. Its size is almost in micrometers. So, the known smallest organism right now is Pleuropneumonia-like organism, PPLO. Also called as, what's the other name? Mycoplasma. Okay, mycoplasma. This is the smallest organism. But when you take even the smallest organism, the cell will have the same structure and will perform the function as a basic unit. Okay. Now, after seeing the smallest organism, if you go for the longest organism, it is the neuron cell. Okay, neuron is nothing but a nerve cell. Nerve cell in human being is the longest cell. And if you take the largest cell is the egg cell of an ostrich. So these are the fundamentals you have to know. What is the smallest cell? What is the longest cell? and what is the largest cell. Am I clear with this? Okay. Now here
Yes,
I gave.
ma'am.
Okay. Now here I gave a chart where you can observe different relative sizes of cells. Now see here, can you see this fluorescence molecule? Fluorescence molecule, lipid molecule, protein molecule, all these are in nanometers. What I told, nanometers, 10 to the power of minus 9 meters. 10 to the power of minus 9 means what? 0.000. Sub. After 9 zeros, we'll get 1. That much minute things. So these are molecules. So in the earlier slide, I showed you the atom, molecule. Those are very minute. After then, you get viruses, which will be under nanometer to micrometer in size. Smallpox virus, flu virus, something like that. Okay. Then here, the name mitochondria. This is nothing but a part of cell. Okay. It will be also in micrometers only, like the bacteria and viruses. And the size goes on increasing sometimes. When you take individual plant cell and animal cell, they'll get into meters and millimeters. Okay. So this is a concept related to size of cell. So far what we have seen the definition of cell. Okay.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
ma'am, what is the largest cell?
Largest cell is the egg cell of the ostrich. Okay.
Okay. Ma'am, what's the size?
It is nearly in 10 to 1,000 millimeters.
Oh, okay, ma'am.
The smallest we are saying in millimeters and nanometers. Obviously, the millimeters would be the largest. Okay. Am I clear with the size of different cells?
Yes.
Yeah. Now we'll move to the shape of cells. Now when you take a shape of cells, cell shape also varies. Just a second. Yeah, this is what another slide. If you observe bacteria under microscope, you'll see like this. This is under light microscope. And if you see the bacteria under electron microscope, you can clearly see the bacteria shape here. Okay. Can you see the bacteria shape? Round shaped structures are there. Rod shaped structures are there. So this is nothing but a magnified image of this image. Okay. This image is a similar image but somewhat magnified. For this purpose, we have used a simple microscope. Under simple microscope, you can see bacteria, organisms like this, the microorganisms. And if you take electron microscope, this is what we can see. Okay. Veda, do you have doubt regarding pneumonia? Veda? No? Okay, okay. Ball-like things are also bacteria, Akshit. The ball-like things are also bacteria. This rod-like things are also bacteria. This what how bacteria looks under electron microscope. Naisha, what you're asking? Smallest cell. Smallest cell is the PPLO. Naisha, am I clear with that? Yeah, smallest cell is the PPLO, pleuropneumonia-like organism. Okay. Yeah, other name is Mycoplasma Akshit. Yes, yeah, good. So, this is a magnified version of the same bacteria. These are the bacteria only and the magnified version. Okay. Now, how the shape differs, that we are going to see. Okay. So, when you take different cells, the cell size as varies from one organism to other organism. Even the shape also varies from one organism to another organism. Okay. If you, can you people see the slide?
Yes.
Can you people see the slide? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. See here, I have taken different bacterial cells here. Okay. Now the bacteria may be round shape. So if the bacteria is round shape, we call them as rod shape, we call them as bacillus. If the bacteria are rod shaped like this, we call them as bacillus bacteria. If the bacteria are round shape, we call them as coccus. Okay, coccus. Coccus is the singular, cocci is the plural. So this round shaped bacteria we call as coccus. And suppose if they are curved, we call them as spirillum. And in some bacteria, we find different change in structures. Like they may be spindle shaped, they may be spiral or curved, they may be fibrous, something like that. Those are called pleomorphic. Okay? You got? These are the different shapes of bacteria cell observed under microscope. If they can be rod shaped, they can be round shaped, they can be spiral, or they can be different shapes. If they are rod shaped, we call them as bacillus. If they are round, we call them as coccus. And if they are having different shapes, we call them as pleomorphic. Okay. So this is regarding bacterial cell shapes. If we take, yes,
Ma'am,
Akshat.
I'm sorry to interrupt.
Yeah,
Ma'am,
you
don't
can.
these curved rods have another name like the rod shape has bacillus like? So don't curved rods have them?
Curved rods, why they said they're called spirillum. See, curved, rod shaped. How they're looking like a spring, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So they're called spirillum bacteria, like coccus and bacilli.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
Other students, are you clear with this? Yes. So this is about bacteria shapes. If you take the animal cell also, we'll have different cell shapes. Now the cell shape in animals or in plants varies according to their position and functional aspect. Just recollect the definition of cell that we said cell definition. In cell definition we said that cell is nothing but the basic unit of structural aspect and functional aspect. So the definition can be justified over here in this example taking the shape of the cell in animals. If you take these cells, you observe these cells, these are nothing but the red blood cells. RBC, you heard no? RBC, WBC, yes? So RBC shape, if you take, RBC shape looks like biconcave. This is how the actual RBC shape happens to be, biconcave. Okay. Now if you see this, can anyone tell what is the cell?
Ma'am, those neurons.
Nerve cell, yes Akshat, yes. Yes, this is the neuron, nerve cell, Naisha. Yes, correct. Okay. So, if you see the nerve cell is something like a branched structure. We call them as dendrites. You remember the word dendrites? They carry the information. Yes, yeah. So, this is how a nerve cell looks like. Now, just compare the blood cell shape to nerve cell shape. Let me explain in this way. Where we find the RBC cells in circulatory system, isn't it? They'll be flowing along with blood. Suppose, assume that the blood cell shape is not like this, but like the nerve cell. Suppose the blood cell is like with branches and all. Is it compatible to move flow through the blood in circulation? No, no. No, it cannot move if it will have structure like this, branched one. like a nerve cell. So the RBC cell, according to its functional aspect, to involve in circulation, the RBC cell shape is biconcave. What is the RBC cell shape? Biconcave. Normal RBC cell will be biconcave, so that it can enhance the circulation function. So thus the position and function of the cell determines its shape. Okay, let us take the nerve cell. See, nerve cell will be having branch-like structure like this. Why it has branch-like structure? Can anyone explain why its shape is like this?
To pass on the
Ma'am, so that
Yes.
so the one cell which has on top, and yeah, as you can observe, there are these branch-like things on top and the bottom. So when two cells are side by side, both of these
Yeah.
wire-like things connect.
Exact. Yeah, Akshat. Yes, Kavi. Yes, both of you are right. Good. Any more answers?
Ma'am, it's to pass information very
Yes.
quickly.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Yes, Arya. Yes. 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 Other than that, Veda, reflex action. Yeah, that's a good word actually, Veda. Reflex action. Then, any more answers?
Ma'am, what are these purple kind of cells?
I'll explain, Akshat. I'll explain.
Okay.
Okay. See here, the exact shape, why the nerve cell shape is like this is to coordinate with each other. That's the word. Coordination, isn't it? They had to coordinate the information from brain to different organs. How they'll coordinate? Because of this branched structure. Suppose assume that the nerve cell is like this, RBC like structure, biconcave. Then could able to coordinate with each other? No, no.
No, ma'am.
Yes, that's why the position and functional aspect of cell determines its shape. The red blood cells will be biconcave in shape. Nerve cells will be branch-like structures, and these are the muscle cells. The muscle cells will be of hexagonal or polygonal in shape, compatible shape, so that they can go for contraction and relaxation function. Okay, so this is how the shape of cell determines the functional aspect and position of a cell.